Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. I am a little late, but I just had technical issues. I think the Chennai Rains are just playing hassle as usual. So I'm going to be joined today by both Dr. Devdatta Mukherjee and I'm going to be joined by Gauri. So let's hope we have a great session. Let me just give an invite to both. And I have sent Mukherjee an invite. And I'm waiting to see Gauri.
Hi,
Good
Sissy.
evening, Dr. Mukherjee. Sorry for the delay. Just held up
Good
with Chennai
evening. Don't
Rains.
worry.
Good evening. Let me just add Gauri also. Just give me a minute. Okay, I have a request. So I think everybody is in the New Year's mode. And there I have Gauri also.
Hey guys.
Hey Gauri, how are
Hi,
you?
Gauri.
Hi.
I'm in the car en route to,
Yeah, Gauri,
bunch of
you'll
things.
need to move a little. I can just see the sun. Yes, now we
Yeah,
can see you
sorry.
better. Okay, guys, so today is a special year-end program. You can rather a year-end talk show. And I am today joined by both Dr. Mukherjee and Gauri. So you have the art and the artist with you today. So the
The other way
tables
around.
are, yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's okay,
the
Gauri.
table,
I'm okay with being the art. Uh,
yeah, till it's fine
it,
art, it's all good. So today is going to be very interesting, because we are going to basically, the tables are going to turn. They're going to be asking the questions, I'm going to be answering. So we're going to have a very, very different rhythm today evening, and it's going to go on like that. Okay, so you guys tell me, how do you want to start this?
okay,
Well, let's
so first,
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go
Both
ahead,
of
Dave.
them are
so
excited.
yeah. So ultimately, after like 2 months, me and Gauri get to ask the questions, and Pratik gets to answer. So we are really excited about today's session, guys. So I just wanted to give everybody like a heads up about today's session is about we wanted to know of Pratik's journey. We wanted to know how he overcame all of the obstacles that he had, physically, the mental block that people cannot lose weight, or how we overcome, the lows of the difficulties that we face when we are not able to lose weight correctly. So I wanted to ask Pratik on his journey so far. I mean, Pratik, we've all been there. I was an obese kid. I could not lose weight. I was the moti of my school. I'm sure we've all been there. We all understand. We've all been through that fitness journey. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. How did you start this journey? What inspired you?
Okay, basically, I think the entire thing that happened at times you can say it's coincidence or luck by chance as they call it. I think we were just into the pandemic, and I think I was pretty much going through this phase where you were just locked. You didn't know what to do, and you did not have so much movement. The first lockdown that hit us, it was so different. We guys were surrounded by mostly not understanding how to react to things. Totally on our own. And I think I was having this serious bout of constipation, and all I could see was my treadmill. So I think, okay, let me just start. Let me just start working out. Not even workout. I said, let me just start on the treadmill, start walking. Maybe it'll help. And somehow that worked. Somewhere down the line where I was walking morning and evening, I was not even having any intention, nothing like that. I think this went on for around 20 odd days. And when I suddenly went to put on the shirt to go down to buy some vegetables, something, I said the shirt has become loose. And I didn't even realize that that's where my fitness journey had started. Suddenly I realized, oh my God, I have lost weight and I didn't even intend to do this, but it just started. And that's where I started taking things seriously and actually started capitalizing on what I had lost. So, the journey just started like that. Though being a fat kid, chubby kid, I had been through that through my college days, through my school days. I found obesity problems, heavyweight problems. I've gone through all that. I've been very open about it. I've been the heavy kid for 18 plus years. I've been trying to lose weight for 18 plus years. So I think the time was right and things were right and I met the right people and I think just things flew into stage.
Wow.
That's an amazing beginning of the journey. I know we've been both Dr. Dev and I have been a big part of this, but
Very big.
yeah, and yeah, Pratik, I love this turn the table thing for a particular reason. It allows me to ask you those little questions that not everybody asks, because I know a lot of people are asking you things like, how do I do that transformation? How do I keep up the motivation? What do I eat? What do I work out? Yada yada yada. But I want you to tell the people out there, okay? Let's go back to before this all started. Okay, way before this all started, what was, I mean, I'm asking this because I'm purely from the nutrition angle, and Dr. Davis, comes in from the fitness angle. So I'm asking from the nutrition angle, and I'm asking, what was your daily eating routine like, before all this started? We know what prompted you to start the journey, but what were you eating at that time?
See, whoever knows me good enough, close enough, they know one thing for sure. Food is a very, very important part of my life. Then it is a very, very important part of my life now also. So,
Absolutely.
though I was in Bangalore that time and I was seeing things, I was working quite heavily, but my eating habits was like, in the mornings I would start my breakfast with, say, around paranthas dipped in ghee with eggs, or otherwise you're going for a full-fledged South Indian breakfast. It all depended on what I felt like eating. I never stopped myself. I remember, because since it was such a hectic job I was under, at night I would reward myself by eating some of the best food. I never bothered, because see, I came from the mentality where I was thinking, I am walking so much, because I was clocking 30, 40,000 steps. Though remember, Gauri, I came from a point where I thought, my muscle is being burnt into fat, and blah, blah, blah. It's getting converted. I had
Oh
that
my gosh,
mindset.
yes, yes. That
Yeah.
conversion, please, let's not even go there. You killed my
So,
everything I learned about biochemistry. You threw it out the window. Yeah,
well,
let's not go there.
everybody does that. They have to learn the hard way. So for me, you ask about my eating habit. My eating habits were very erratic. I ate whatever I felt like. I never bothered. I thought just because I'm walking so much, I'm doing so much physical work, I can eat what I feel like. And I'm a big foodie, and I love that place called Bangalore, because that's like paradise to me. Let it be mutton fado rolls, let it be
You're in
Raham's
the
biryani.
paradise.
Absolutely in the paradise. You take me there. My first stop will be Hard Rock Cafe, where I'll have a half plate cheese nachos, go down, step across the road. I'll be in Koshi's eating fish and chips. Then I'll be at Empire's eating kebabs on sticks. Oh,
You
the
forgot
list
your
will
beer.
go on. My beer goes on. My beer goes.
It's Bangalore. There's beer
It's
everywhere.
Bangalore. Yeah, the beer's like water. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
It is. That's
beer
true.
go. Beer is the main thing. That doesn't count. It goes with me. Okay, cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Cheers, cheers, cheers.
So
I'm sorry. This is
absolutely,
not beer. This is black coffee.
Yeah, my beer's
Relevant.
waiting for me. So yeah.
yeah. So coming to the point, I was basically eating what I felt like. I never stopped myself. I never thought what would be, how it would be. I was very happy with how things were going. I was not bothered.
That just
Yeah.
gives us I mean, that gives us a very basic thing. I mean, I know because I was when we used to talk, you used to come back, and I'm going to follow up with a question, and I'm going to hand it over to Dr. Dev. So I know for a fact when before you started your journey, you had a really bad bout with acid reflux and IBS, and that was like, I mean, it was so bad that it was like trying to get you to identify foods with using food diaries and things like that, where you had to put in a lot of effort to figure out what was happening, where both of us, like, literally identified foods that were troubling you at that point. So can you give us
Correct.
a little bit of insight on that?
See, when you talk about acidity, when you talk about acid reflux, see, it brings back bad memories. It bring back some of the most horrible days of my life. Okay,
I
because
can
that is
imagine.
something
Yeah.
I lived with years. I thought I would have to live with that for years. I remember that cough that the acid reflux gives you. I think I was
Hmm.
living with that cough. It's like, I think, worse than a smoker's cough at times, because I've had smoker's cough because I used to smoke at one point in time. So I know that cough. So that cough is the most irritating thing, especially at night when you're sleeping, you're breathing, everything. It takes a hit on everything. So
Right.
I remember when we sat, we slowly understood what things don't suit me. We started making note of that, and that was a very important part. I think when we talk about our lifestyle management program, okay, the healthy lifestyle management program that we have at Fitness Performance India, this is a very crucial thing that I think we help people out with. Understanding what things suit them, what things don't suit them. That is more important. See, losing weight, getting fit, yes, all that will come, but getting your health, especially your gut health, in order is very, very important. That is a very, very big peace of mind. And trust me, I know a lot of people find it very disgusting to talk about your gut health and things like that, but that is of most key importance. And it is very much important for us to have that in order. So I think, there is somewhere Gauri Shingote plays a very, very important role to remove, uh, you know, actually in the beginning, I didn't say one thing which I wanted to say, but it just started. This is a very, this is one very important episode because you have the pain whisperer and the fat loss whisperer together. So it's going to be very, very important an
Truly.
episode. So I hope I've given you a satisfying answer, Gauri.
Yeah, I mean, it gives, it gives us a perspective, like, that's the first criteria that we dealt with, especially with you. It was one of the biggest things that we dealt with was that pain that went along with, acid reflux. I know, when we talk about pain, Dr. Deb has a lot more questions for you on that one.
That's why
Yeah.
she's the
So
pain.
so
That's why she's the
so
pain
my
whisperer.
So my first question to Prateek is something that a lot of clients keep asking me, which is why I wanted you to share your journey, Prateek, because for a lot of us, even people that I'm very close to, not just my clients, my friends, my partner, like it's been that low back pain has been the end of all workouts. So I wanted to, like I wanted you to tell your journey, share your journey with other people because people really think that, I mean, you had the history of sciatica. We worked through it. We got the pain to come down. We got you into rehabilitation. We got you into working out, back to fitness. Now you're back to running. I mean, you run better than me. So we're going to get to that later as to how upset I am that you run more, like more miles and better than me. But yeah, coming to your sciatica now. I really want you to, give that confidence to people. Like people really think that it's the end of life. Having back pain means you cannot lift weights, you cannot do exercise, you cannot run. You came back from really bad backache. Tell us about your journey.
See, honestly, it was, I should say I was lucky to find you at the long run for my back pain and things like that. Okay, before I continue to Gauri and Dr. Mukherjee, if you guys can just press the mute button. Only when you talk, you guys can switch it on. I think it'll be easier for the viewers to listen also. Okay, yeah, great. Okay, so as I was saying, the entire journey, especially my sciatic nerve issues and all, I was living with this pain. This pain suddenly started. I remember when I was in Bangalore. This suddenly came, and it was so bad. I remember my first attack of my sciatic nerve, where I could, even if I would cough, my nerve would pain so badly. And since I came from a place where I couldn't move so much, I mean where I had to keep moving, I couldn't stop. I was handling picnics, I was handling corporate events. I couldn't stop. I had to keep moving. So I remember this pain was so bad, so bad, so bad. It's unbelievable. I really hope nobody has to live with that pain. And it's not that. I tried meeting a lot of people over there. I met a few people. I remember some people gave me this vague exercises which I actually felt. The leg extension that we do for our ab. He was trying to explain that this
Yes.
workout is
Yes.
going to work for your back. I'm
I
wondering
remember
how.
you telling me about it, and
Yes.
I just had like a very tiny heart attack.
Yeah, I was like, how is this connected? I remember they sent me to somebody who was doing this weird stretches, making you hang and stuff. I'm like, he will break my back even further. See, why you say that a lot of people stop working out when they have a back injury or back pain is it's a very sensitive pain, especially sciatic nerve, especially not, handled properly. I remember I came to you after months finding that finally somebody put me onto you. You met me. You were able to give me that confidence that, okay, this is how we'll handle it. This is how we're going to do it, Pratik. You were able to understand how to handle me. That was the best part because the other people were not able to understand the pain I was going through, the lifestyle I was living. You were able to understand, revolve around my lifestyle. I remember that time, somewhere in 2017, 18, my first attack
Yeah.
when I had, you told me that time, I said, Pratik, you need to get into this workout routine. Though that was a
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
attack, it took you 45 days plus to bring back my walking pattern to what it was. And you said that,
Yes,
Pratik, you need to get into a proper routine, start working out that time itself. But
correct.
my somehow lifestyle did not permit me. My lifestyle
Yes,
somehow
yes.
was not giving me the time, giving me the scene to, work out and do that. And I couldn't. I remember even after that, I had repetitive episodes off and on. I remember once I had this rough landing and I stood up from the flight and I had the pain. I bent down to pick something up. I had this pain. Though it was not as bad as the first attack, I'd learned how to deal with it since you had taught me and everything. But still,
Yes.
that pain was there. That is why. So I think finally, when I was in this fitness run and I lost weight and I felt that this pain is coming back, is when I got in touch with you and you were able to tell me, okay, Pratik, this is how you need to handle it. This is what you need to do. Okay, this is how you need to take it further. And that's when you came about this fitness journey and started guiding me and took me from there to where I am today. And if you say about running, I think you played the most important role in, helping me strengthen that leg muscle, strengthen my entire lower body and take it further. Okay, I think we've lost Dr. Mukherjee and she would be
I
coming.
think we lost Dr. Mukherjee there for
So
a
Gauri,
second.
you ask the next question. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So, Pratik, that's your progression with through the sciatica and all the acid reflux and things like that. It's been it's been very I think inspirational for a lot.
Okay, I think I'm losing Gauri also right now. Okay, Gauri, I think your internet is weak. You're going through a weak patch.
Yeah, my internet is yeah. I
Yeah,
like I
Gauri,
said,
tell me.
I'm sitting in one place. Yeah. So no, my question is, so the biryani
Yeah.
and the beer. Yeah.
Hmm.
Was that, I mean, when we started talking about food, was there at any given point or before that, before we started changing the eating pattern and things like that, um, was there a point where you ever thought of going and,
Okay.
being on a diet or going through a fat diet? Or have you ever been on one? And what was it?
Oh, yes, I have been on a fat diet. Come on, as if you don't know about it. You just want the
I
viewers
know,
to know whether
I
I've
know.
been on a fat
I
diet
want
or not.
everybody else to know what you've done.
I,
Yeah.
I think we all want to know about that because
Okay.
Pratik has
Yes.
like tried the choicest of diets out there. Like,
Oh, you
trust
have
me,
no
guys.
idea. You have no idea.
That
I
is
remember where I reached this desperation point where I said I need to lose weight and I need to do this fast and I went on to this boiled vegetable boiled chicken diet. Fine, boiled chicken is still okay, but this boiled vegetable diet that I started going into in which I was putting these greens that I don't even know what these greens were. Okay, everybody would come and give me these particular palaks and methi and say try this, it's very good, it's very good. And I think I started doing that, and that took a reverse hit on me. Okay, I remember I had such a difficult time trying to digest that, you know, trying to move with it. It was very difficult to eat it itself, but I think that made a reverse psychology where it started bloating me. I remember after going through that diet, I was in the washroom more often than anything else. So I think these fat diets never set in for me, and I had the most pathetic time. And I literally, after 15, 20 days, said, I said, this is not made for me. This is not made for me. I rather overeat. I rather go back to my chicken and my pizzas. So I remember that was a fat diet I tried, and that was one of the last diets I tried. I did not go back to any fat diet after that. I think that was the biggest this thing. But it was very funny, when I could see that those greens did not suit me that well, Gauri.
Oh my gosh, oh yeah, I remember we had a lot of discussions of, the boiled chicken, then a lot of, do I have to do this? And I'm like, nobody told you to do it. So
See,
it's very weird. Yeah.
See, about my diet, I've learned one thing for a fact. You can eat what you want. You just need to work out well. Even right now, with everything that I'm doing, it's not that I've changed my diet. I'm enjoying all my food. I eat out so often. My pizzas, my burgers, everything, I don't bother. I've learned to eat with portion control. That's something again Gauri over the period of time has taught me. Okay, this is how you need to do it. This is how you need to eat, and I've learned to do that. I somehow feel that you do not need to go into an unnecessary diet. Yeah, right now in the last I think month odd, I've been on a high protein diet because of the muscle factor. But that's again different. It is not something that is going to be there for long. But again, it is not easy to keep eating, boiled chicken. I remember when I did it for the first 7 days, I was like, this is easy. I don't know why people complain about it. And there was this person in the gym told me, brother, just wait. It's just been 7 days. I'll ask you on the 14th day. Honestly, trust me, it's not that easy. I know all the mixing things that I do right now to make it a little more
One of
edible.
that's no. That's
So,
one of the biggest
yeah,
reasons is one of the biggest reasons whatever any specific or specialized diet that you go on, one of the biggest reasons for it to fail is the taste factor.
absolutely.
Correct.
And
I agree.
I mean, if you don't put in effort for the taste when you're taking out other nutrients, like say even if it's fat or salt and things like that, when we talk about specialized diets, we really need to look at the taste of it, and a lot of people forget that, you know eating boiled foods, or being very strict on certain components of your food and things like that, that helps. I'm not denying it. You will see results, but will they be sustained results? And I think that was something that we talked about when you really figured out, like, okay, I can eat my normal food, it's just a particular way to eat it.
Yeah, okay. I've had everything. I cannot say, okay, I may not be out on sweet. I don't eat too many. When I say sweet, I mean things like pastries, chocolates. I only eat pastries and chocolates, I think, when my sister's in town because she's a home baker in Bangalore and she brings some of the most amazing stuff back home. So I think that is the only time I indulge in her indulged cupcakes. Okay, hopefully
Uh-huh.
she heard that. So, it's so I honestly don't have, and I don't believe also when I know a lot of people out there, influential people who keep saying sugar is bad, sugar is the new cocaine. I think there's nothing wrong. No food is bad food. Every food is good. You have it the right way, you enjoy it the right way. Nothing is bad. Everything can be consumed. Why I don't eat so much of sugary products is because I compensate that on my beer. So I have my choices to make. I'm making my
The beer
priority
and
here.
the biryani, it always comes back.
The beer and the
Correct.
biryani and the kebabs, Gauri. Don't forget the
Oh, sorry,
kebabs.
I forgot the kebabs. Next, definitely.
Okay.
Over to
So
you.
moving on.
So, so Pratik, next I wanted to ask you, and this is a problematic thing, like with most of my fitness clients, with my rehab clients, shoulder injuries. Now I know that you had a left shoulder injury, and you remember how hard we had to work. Number one, we had to work hard to get rid of the injury. Number two, we had to work hard to get rid of the mind block that you cannot lift weight if you have an injury. And second is that, all of those fancy heavy weights that, all of us go and see in the gym are not really going to help you a lot in the initial stages of rehab. So I wanted you to elaborate on the fact how important it is to not skip rehabilitation and go into fitness directly when you have a shoulder injury. And second is that do you really have to stop weightlifting, or do you really have to stop strength training if you have a shoulder injury? I mean, your injury is like the one example I give to everybody. So I would love you to elaborate on that.
Okay. Now, about my shoulders, one thing which I've been very particular is I've always been complimented very highly about my shoulders. I've had a few cinestas during my gym days also tell me, Pratik, you should lose weight. You have very good set of shoulders. You have broad shoulders. Okay, I've been very happy. I remember I was seeing this girl whose mother, I think, only accepted me or rather only gave a pass for me because she liked my broad shoulders. Okay, so that is how the shoulders have been important to me. Now, I remember at a point, see, there was a point in life where I would only carry weights, where I would only be weightlifting, weightlifting, weightlifting. I won't do cardio. I'll say cardio is not meant for me. Then I came to a point during this pandemic time where I said, I don't want to get into weightlifting. I will do cardio, cardio, cardio. And that's where you start saying, Pratik, you need to start lifting weights. You need to start doing a little bit
Correct.
of weight training. One misconception that a lot of people have there is men and women both, they think that weight training is not going to be effective. Weight training is equivalently important for calorie loss, fat loss, weight loss. It plays a very, very important role to tone your muscle, everything, if I'm not right. At least I've learned right now. So it is very important to strength train. So when I think this time, as Dr. Mukherjee is saying, I had a terrible shoulder injury and I had to start lifting again. And trust me, I couldn't even take a weight halfway through like this. And I would scream in pain because it was that bad. Okay, it was that bad. And what Dr. Mukherjee made me do is she gave me a Thara band, and she says you will start working out with a Thara band. And my whole thing to her was, how will I work out with a Thara band? It doesn't even suit me. It doesn't go with my personality. See, I've been a guy who's lifted weights, heavy weights, big weights, and you give me a band. I'm like, no. Okay, and it was there. She
And now,
convinced.
if I'm not wrong, you carry the TheraBand in your bag because I've given you a bunch of exercises with the TheraBand. So
Trust me, you cannot imagine the workouts that you can do with a TheraBand. There was a point for, I think, 30 days, he created a schedule for me in which we used only the TheraBand for an entire body workout. You don't need a bloody equipment in your house. You can just use the TheraBand to do all sort of workouts. And if you have a genius like Dr. Mukherjee, she will make you do the craziest things, which will show you so much effectiveness. I remember she's brought my shoulder back to normal. Okay, touch wood. And today, even after the 30 days of doing the workout with the TheraBand, when I went to pick my weights up, I could do it much better, much smoother, and I was stronger. I'm like, my God, 30 days of TheraBand has done this to me. Let's do this for another 2-3 months. So that is the confidence TheraBand gives me, you know. So she had to actually play with that macho attitude of mine, trying to be, no, no, I can't do with TheraBand. It doesn't look good. But honestly, even when I started lifting for my shoulders, she made me buy that. I don't know where that pound is. I think gave it to something, a yellowish color, small one. I think which kids would rather play
correct.
with. But I couldn't even lift that. I was like, ah. But it's good. She did it. She made me do all that. She brought me back to where I am. And today, by God's grace, touch wood, I can easily, when I do a clean shoulder press overhead, I can easily do it with a 20-21 kg dumbbell. I have no problems. And I go for my 12 to 15 reps at times. So the TheraBand has shown its magic. Dr. Mukherjee has shown her magic.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you one last question from my end. It's a two-part question. So the first part is, I think everybody's looking at
You.
everybody. Yeah, that too.
I'm
But
just joking, Gauri. Don't get
no, I
excited.
know, I know, I know. But no, I think the biggest thing everybody wants to know, I mean, they ask you what to eat and things like that. You know, what should I eat and what kind of workout should I be doing? A lot of people are asking you for a lot of advice. But what I want you to tell the viewers is, what are you eating now?
Yeah, I'm eating
That's
anything and everything.
that's the first part. I mean, is there anything specialized that you're eating? Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing is, um, do you when you talk about yourself, do you think what you do is applicable to every single person out there who's listening, or you know, does everybody have to go through the same regime or regiment, or you know,
Okay.
thing?
I,
Because we talked a
I
lot
get
about your, yeah,
got
yeah,
your
go ahead.
point. Now, about what I'm eating. See, I don't. I am very clear. I am not about this thing. You can't eat this. You can't eat that. Okay. I felt like eating a South Indian meal today for lunch. I ate a South Indian meal today for lunch. Yes, I did a good heavy legs workout before that. I worked out well. But I came, I ate a proper meal. I ate my this thing, you know, everything that was there. I enjoyed the meal. And a lot of people who keep asking me for advice, guys, see, I'm ready to give you any advice you want. But keep in mind, I'm a guy who begins his day, who begins his breakfast with carbs. So understand where I am coming from. I am not a person who doesn't believe you can't eat this, you can't eat that. If you're gonna ask my advice,
What's wrong with
eat.
carbs?
I don't know. Yeah, people say you should be a carb-free diet. Carbs is a big no, 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 no. Okay.
Okay.
If you're gonna come to me for advice, that's the sort of advice you're gonna get. But I don't know. Don't come and blame me if it doesn't work for you or it doesn't work. According to me, every body is a different body. What suits me may not suit you. What suits you may not suit me. Okay, everybody has different health issues. Everybody has different fitness issues. It's different for everybody. So you guys have to understand. That is why I keep saying that every fitness expert has to assess a person's lifestyle, a person's body. Today, I have the time to go to 2 hours in the gym, an hour evenings cardio. I have that time right now. I can use it. I will not have this time always. Whether you have this time or no, it's different. Whether you have 30 minutes, 40 minutes, it all depends on that. So that is why I say, if you guys want a serious this thing, go to a proper fitness expert, somebody like a Gauri, somebody like Dr. Mukherjee, because that's how they'll be able to assess you. About doing what I do, if you think you're going to attain results, doesn't happen like that, doesn't work like that. I'm going to give you a very practical example which happened. I remember there was this kid in my building who was seeing me in the gym workout, and I didn't even know he started copying my workouts. Okay. Now I was not doing. As I would finish my set, he would come and do the same thing. He ended up injuring himself, and I came to know much later on when his parents or somebody said, no, he was doing what you were doing, and he injured himself. I said, why did he do what I was doing? I said, I didn't even know about this. So I told that guy, I said, this is not how you do. You need to get into a proper schedule, things like that. Okay, everybody has a different level. Everybody has a scale up level, scale down level. So all these things matter. You just cannot think that, okay, it worked for him, it will work for me also. It is not like a mathematical subject or something like that, where the solution is the same for everything. So you have to understand everybody is a different solution. I hope I've
I
put that
love
right.
that way I love the way you
Yeah.
put that. That's I think that was really well put. So yeah, everybody is a different body. So and everybody has a different solution. So
And
that's very well
Exactly.
put.
Completely agree
I
with you there, Pratik.
I eat anything and everything. I'm planning to have some nice pizza. It's gonna be New Year's Eve. I'm at home. I wanna be eating some nice pizza and watching
What no
Rocky.
party?
No, I've left that for old people like you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay,
So,
so Dr.
yeah.
Mukherjee, it's your turn.
Yeah, so now I come to my favorite question that, why I'm upset with Pratik because he runs like longer distance and he runs faster than me, even though I was the one who trained him. See, this is where you realize you might not be a great athlete yourself, but you can be a great person to train somebody else because that comes with immense knowledge. So there are two things that I would like to know. Pratik, how did you start with running? People get very intimidated with running. Like running is something like, either they cannot do it at all or they feel like if they put on their shoes, they should be running like, like an athlete, like an Olympic level athlete. So how did you start? Why? I'm sure you would have gotten intimidated. I know that you asked me a million questions at that point on how to get started. Is this normal? Is that normal? Is huffing and puffing normal? So, how did you get started? And then, secondly, uh, I gave you a lot of tips on how to increase your mileage and how to increase your pace and how to improve your breathing. So tell people about, how did you first start running and then increase your mileage, your pace, even more than me, that you've gotten so much better at it from where you started. So I think people would love to know that journey.
Okay, I wouldn't say, okay, see, as I said, I'm the art, you're the artist, so I don't think you should be angry at that. It is your creation. Like they say, Frankenstein's monster. So it's like that, okay? Okay.
Okay.
That is so true.
So now coming, guys, I am not giving anybody any tips on how to run, how to do what. Dr. Mukherjee and I did a talk on that, and she's given enough tips on that. That video is there on my Insta page. I've put it on YouTube also. You guys can check it out. The YouTube links are going to be shared very soon with all the videos. But for now, you can check it on the Insta page. My Insta page, it will be there. How I started running. I became a pro runner. So the tips and all is all given by her. My journey with running is very simple. I still remember I couldn't even walk properly across the building. I would start huffing and puffing. Practice and determination is the main thing. I slowly started. My aim was to improve my speed of walking initially as I started. If I could do, say, 5 kilometers in 45 minutes, my idea was to walk 5 kilometers in 40 minutes. Okay, slowly, I started increasing my pace, started bringing my 5 kilometers walk in under the 40-minute radar. After that is where I started slowly increasing what we call the intermittent running, where I started running one round, I'll walk 2 rounds. I would run one round, I would walk 2 rounds. Slowly practice. See, I think Dr. Mukherjee, again, we've lost. She would be joining us, but that's where she helped so much because when I had there was, my calf muscle was so much of a problem for me. The every other day I would keep popping my calf muscle. I would keep having this trouble, that trouble. My calf muscle would get pulled like this. I would have an injury, blah blah blah. It would go on. Running was not easy. It took me time to reach there, but I did not give up. She helped me with my workouts. especially my leg workouts, strengthened my legs workouts, my calf muscles, told me what are the particular workouts that I need to do to strengthen my legs, things like that. Those are the things that made a difference. Here again, I say it is not okay, fine, I've put in the dedication, I've put in the time, but the fitness experts have put in their, effort. They have put in, that this is how you need to do it, this is how you need to take it. They have given me the advice. If I don't have that advice, nothing will work out at the end of the day. It is based on the experts like Gauri and Dr. Mukherjee only have been able to do that. Gauri telling me what are the special foods to eat to run fast.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
true. That is true.
Okay.
So I mean,
It
because
is.
food plays a big role, and you figured that out, through your journey. I think you figured out the combination of food and workout has worked really immensely well for you. So I think that's a really added bonus from where you come from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they say. There's this very famous quote. Okay, if you work out your workout, if you work out well, it's the kingdom, and if you eat well, it's a bigger kingdom. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
that. So I was actually waiting for Dr. Mukherjee to enter. So as I was saying, so you actually, it was her who helped me with the leg raises, the calf raises, strengthening the muscles, things like that. That is what made me take my game to the other level. That is how I was able to run. It was all, things that she put into place. So, a lot of credit has to go into the fitness experts like you both, who helped me getting into every pace. So, yeah, it takes time. Patience is the game. I've always told people you have to have patience. Nothing is going to happen overnight. It's not that you start and people expect that if they're going to just put on a pair of shoes and they're going to start becoming Usain Bolt, it's not going to happen like that. It takes time. It takes time. You need
Correct.
to have patience.
Correct.
Without patience, nothing
Absolutely.
is going to work out. There are going to be good days. There are going to be bad days. There are days where I cannot hit my PR. That's my personal records. At times, I can do it better than that. It all depends on your energy levels, how much you have put in during the day, and all that. But yes, if I've been able to run, it is because of the tips that she's given me. It's because of the ideas that she's given me and the motivation that she's given me that I've been able to cover the 10K run.
That's
So,
fantastic.
Pratik, one thing I really liked is that you mentioned that there are good days and there are bad days. So, this is something that I want to normalize in the fitness industry, or anybody who is wanting to start with recreational training, or pursuing a sport continuously. Like, there are going to be good days, there are going to be bad days. Like, you are not going to do a 10K at a very great time and progressively get better every single day. So on your bad days, you need to realize that you just need to take a backseat, get your rest, get your energy replenished, and like keep those tips in mind. Understand that it's not like a straight curve, to be able to become somebody who's great at fitness or be a great runner. It is like it has its own sets of ups and downs. So thank you so much for sharing your experience
And
in
I'm gonna
that.
add on to that. I'm gonna add on to that. And it's not just for fitness. I think it also plays a huge role in understanding that every single day is different, especially when it comes, even when it comes to food. You even if you're eating the same thing, how the same food impacts you at a different time and a different day is different. And people really have to understand that you don't have the same appetite every day. You don't have the same energy levels every day. So
Correct.
The
everything
same
works in
cravings.
exactly the same cravings every day, and it all works in tandem with your entire schedule, with what you want to achieve. So it's a the end game is what we're looking at. The progression of that end game can be up and down, and there are differences every single day.
See, it's very simple. In life, you can't expect. There are days you'll get up irritated, the days you'll get up with tension, problems. That's life. That's how life is. That's how life comes.
That's
It's
right.
like that famous duck song that is right now going on. Life goes on and on and on. So that is the actual motto right now. Whenever things go on, life goes on and on. It happens. It happens for some reason. You can't help it. You can't let though these things become a roadblock. If these things become a roadblock, you don't move forward.
Right.
That is at least the way I am taking it. So the next question, Gauri.
um you know what, I just want everybody to understand from your perspective is you've been talking about how professionals have been helping you, through your entire journey. And I know for a fact that you don't check your weight, so you don't know how much weight you've actually lost. We just know how many inches you've lost. Yeah. So explain to people out there, what is it that, is it just the advice? Is it just the motivation? Or what is the end game? What are we looking at the end game when we come in as professionals for you? What is it that what you think we want to do for you, and your your end journey?
See, here it's very simple, okay? Most of the people know I started my life in the fitness industry. I started my career in the fitness industry. I've been in gym sales. I've had, at least in South, I've created some record. It's Chennai, I think Gauri's been a part of that company where I've done some mind-blowing sales and things like that. So I know gym sales. I know gym administration. Even if today somebody comes to me, okay, we have this problem in a wellness or a gym facility, I'll be able to crack that for them. But if they're going to ask me, give us a fitness solution, give us a technical solution as a trainer, I won't be able to do that because I'm not qualified, I'm not certified, I don't have the brain to think like that. Okay. Now, as I've done a video on this before. My attitude was the first thing I needed to change. I find this a lot with a lot of people who are trying to lose weight. अरे हम जानते हैं weight loss कैसे करना है, यही करना है, यही करके weight loss होता है. Then why don't you do it? Okay, if you know it all, you know everything, then you don't require anybody else. Most of the people, they lose 5 kgs, they gain back 7 to 10 kgs. That's what happens. Why? Because they're doing their own tukka workout, or they're going to a trainer who's not so qualified or not so knowledgeable as other people. Why I keep saying you need good, certified, rather good fitness experts who come with education background in fitness and things like that, is because they bring that value to the table. Okay, now as I said, 18 years I have been trying to lose weight, but it never worked. When I finally started listening to you guys, cleared my mind, okay, whatever I have learned, I gave it, erased that slate. I said, this is an empty mind. I started listening to them. Did things work out for me or no? You both say they did, right? I started seeing results. I started seeing, people think this is a fairy tale weight loss story at times. Yeah, because why? I've come from 46 waist to 32. I have enjoyed this entire phase. I have been ups and downs. I've hit roadblocks. I'm not going to say it's been easy. I've put in a lot of effort, but this effort would have been waste if you guys would have not put in your knowledge, if you guys would have not put in your techniques, your hacks. Pratik, do this, Pratik, do that. Even when we guys, each of us, when we do our conversations every week, I was telling this to Dr. Mukherjee, I take back something at least from that conversation that we've had. I learned something. And those are the major things that make a very, very big difference. If we come with that attitude that I know everything, I know how to do this, I know how to do that, it will never work. You'll just go doing meh 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 like a bakri. Okay, so that won't work. So in the end of the day, I tell this to everybody, you need to have an open mind. I know you will have friends, partners, gym partners who will say, hey, I know how to do this, I have seen this person do it like that. I would say don't do that. You rather invest your time, you rather invest your investment in a proper fitness expert, because it is easy to lose the weight, but it is very much required whether you're able to sustain that weight loss or not. If you're able to sustain the weight loss, this is how I tell a person, don't look at short-term goals. A trainer shows you that in 2 months, this person saw 9 to 10 kgs weight loss. In 3 months, he saw this much kg. Ask that person after 3 years, how is your client doing? Has he still lost that much weight, or has he still not lost that much weight? Where is he? Where is she? That is how you assess a trainer. Don't assess a trainer by the looks. Don't assess a trainer by short results. Look at the long-term picture, because that is how fitness has to be looked at. I hope I'm right, fitness experts.
Yes, yes. I really wanted, like, this is such a good point made, and I want people to know this, because there was a client who came and told me yesterday that a lot of doctors try to use these cookie cutter treatments for everyone, the same treatment for everybody. So people need to understand that just like you go to a doctor, you would not want him to give you the same treatment, right? Like everybody else. Okay, the same way when you go to a fitness trainer, okay, how cheap or however expensive does not matter, but you go to a fitness trainer and he gives you the same exercise as 20 other people, probably makes you exercise in the same class, gives you a challenge. Oh, like I'm going to challenge like all 20 people in the class. Tell me, how is your body being challenged the same way as another person's body? And how are you going to get the same amount of benefit as the other person? So this is where an expert comes in. We don't look at everybody as the same person. We analyze, we understand, we go through history. I think me and Gauri have spent months working with Prateek, understanding his body, his nutritional requirements, his musculoskeletal requirements, his posture, and the things that he cannot get rid of. And we worked
Putting up with his
around that.
tantrums.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
putting up with his tantrums.
that is a very important part, guys. That's a very important
I mean,
part. So when you when you go ahead with these challenges, like where you're told like, okay, 5 kg weight loss, like tell me how can me and Gauri and Prateek go to the same class and lose 5 kgs at the same time? It's impossible, guys.
even
So
Cut
even
off
if
an arm.
we did the same thing, I mean, that's the funny thing. Even between the three of us,
exactly.
even if we did the same thing and came out of the class, the result for each one of us will be different. And to equate one's progress with somebody else's is so unfair. I think people really need to understand. You're completely on point there.
Correct.
People really need to understand that. Yeah, this has been a great conversation, guys. I like this. I
Yes.
think we should do this more often.
True.
Okay, I
True.
think I think the next question goes to Dr. Mukherjee.
So Prateek,
Absolutely.
this is my last question. I'm done bothering you by how well you run, and I'm going to ask you this last question. So see, Prateek, we've all been there at that phase where we put a lot of effort and energy into our before picture, and we all think that what we are looking for is a miracle. It's not going to happen. We are not going to drop from a size 42 to a size 36 overnight, and we worry and we get sad about it, we lose motivation. So I want you people, I want you to inspire those people, like tell them that one fitness mantra that worked for you in these 2 years. I know that it was a lot of counseling also, and it was a lot of guidance also, and also it was a lot of motivation from your side. Like Prateek is one guy who is so self-motivated. Like even on the days that he cannot get in touch with me and Gauri, he's going to be there at the gym. Like come rain, come shine, he's going to be at the gym. So he's already somebody who's self-motivated, but this was not how he started. So I want you to share it with people so that this is going to be like a gift for them. Seriously.
See, guys, I'm not gonna pinpoint anybody here or something, but that's a very important point Dr. Mukherjee has said. A lot of people say that I need a trainer, I need somebody, I can't get motivated to work out and things like that. See, if you're looking at fitness results, if you're looking at attaining something in fitness, you need to have your motivation. You cannot expect that somebody is going to motivate you, somebody is going to be pampering you and things like that. It doesn't work like that. Okay, I had fitness experts, they guided me, they were with me, everything was happening. But at the end of the day, when I need to work out, when I need to run, I was on my own, I was doing things. So you need to be self-motivated. There are days where you will see good results, there are days where you will see results that are not working out for you. Okay, so all that comes and goes. You need to understand, you need to go through everything. Okay, at times when it comes, Dr. Mukherjee, if you can just mute yourself,
Yeah. Just a moment.
there'll be a mic option. Yeah, otherwise, okay, let's carry on. That's not a problem.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, yeah, no problem. So as I was saying, there are going to be days where you're going to see good inch losses. As I said, I used to measure myself with these pants, and to lose those 2 inches, I remember month on month I would work out, but those 2 inches wouldn't go. But one fine month I'll put it on, and voila, those 2 inches disappeared. That is how it works. So you need to keep yourself motivated. You need to keep pushing yourself. I remember I had this, I won't say weird, but I'll say what actually used to push me was, I remember Hrithik Roshan's transformation video. I've been an HRX fan, I've been a Hrithik fan, I think since Kaho Na Pyar Hai. I'll still not forget that time when I think towards the climax scene when Hrithik comes down that particular rod with his muscles and things like that. I've been an HRX fan for such a long time. I don't know whether you guys have noted or not, I've always wore rimless throughout my life. I think, Gauri, if you've seen me, you've always seen me rimless, and my
Yes,
rimless is
yes, I
old.
have.
It's
Absolutely.
all
I know the absolute devotion he has to Hrithik Roshan. Yes.
I won't say devotion, but yeah, that's one guy's
It's
style
bordering on it.
of
Yeah, it's kind of
yeah.
that.
So yeah, I've always been rimless. I've always tried, and I've always, if somebody's inspired me in this thing, it's him. Okay, his HRX transformation video. I remember I used to watch it again and again. When on days I couldn't complete my cardio, couldn't push myself, I would keep that video on, watch it again and again just to complete that entire thing. There were times in a week I would see it once, twice, at least once a week I would see the Hrithik Roshan video because that kept my energies up. Okay, not only that, there were many movies I think I was watching, at the beginning of my fitness journey, things like the entire Rocky sequel, entire Creed sequel, Southpaw. I think that's one of the first movies that kicked me and said, okay, it's time to get back into workouts. So yeah, these things have kept me motivated. I've always, I've, I wouldn't say I became self-motivated as I kept seeing results. I hit roadblocks, I hit problems, but I somehow told myself I need to keep pushing myself, and I will see results. And I think you guys also played a very important role. When I was down, you guys would say, okay, don't give up, don't give in. Things will, fall into place. So, it eventually happens. So that's why I said when you have good fitness expert, your psychology is also being taken care of by them.
Yeah, correct. I mean, Pratik, one thing that you have said which really like touched a nerve there is when you have experts working with you, they will be able to do an expectation setting. They will be able to tell people like it is okay for it to work one day. It is okay for it to not work the other day. So it's very, very important for like to brace the ups and downs of what is going to happen to have a proper expectation setting. I think it's very important. So yeah,
See, you have to
we
work. See, it's very simple. You have to hang out with the right people for the right company. So if you have the right set of, fitness experts, is the right thing. It's very simple, guys. A lot of people say that they're looking at, they stand on the weighing scale every day, trying to see how many grams, how much weight they've lost every day. Guys, if you're going to look at your bank account every day, that's not going to multiply it by two and make your bank account bigger. Money doesn't
That's
multiply like
well
that.
put. That's well
Okay.
put.
Yeah. So
that's a
it's very
great
simple.
point.
Okay, it's very simple. Your
We
investment, your
can
money
only
doesn't
wish.
grow. Wishing also doesn't work at this. Okay,
Hmm.
it is only hard work at the end of the day. So it's very simple with your weight also. You watching your weight is not going to make it. Okay, it's watching me and come down. डर के कम नहीं होगा. You need to work towards it.
True, true, absolutely true.
So I
This
think this
this
has
has
been a great session.
this
Now,
has been a great session.
let's do the final component of this that we always do. Finish off with. Pratik, what's your punchline for
My
today?
punchline. You want
What's your
my New
punch for?
Year?
What's
Okay.
your New Year? Okay, let's
Yeah,
come
New
down to
Year
what's your new
punchline. Yeah,
yeah New Year
let's have
punchline or
that.
New Year resolution?
No, I will
What
give
is
the
it?
I see. I will give the punchline first. Okay.
Yeah.
I would just say one thing to everybody out there, guys. Don't complicate weight loss. Don't think weight loss is a myth. Okay, I'm telling this out of personal experience. Don't think just because I've done it, I've attained it, that he's saying it, इसने कर लिया तो कर लिया. Trust me, I've enjoyed this journey. It's been an amazing journey, and I have not yet reached where I want to be. I'm still far away from where I want to be. I'm still working every day towards it, and I hope I will be able to reach it. I have the experts with me, so let's see where the artists take the art at the end of the day. Okay, but stop complicating. I've met so many people off late who are doing these weird things. You should not eat after 8:30, after dark and stuff like that. You shouldn't eat fruits, you shouldn't do this. Guys, it's not so complicated. My lifestyle is so different. I eat my last meal at midnight. That is how my life works. Okay, I squeeze in 6 to 7 hours of sleep. That's something for sure. I tell everybody sleep well, eat well, lift well, live well. Okay, that is how life is. So, guys, don't complicate weight loss. It is a very simple process. It is a very realistic process. It's a very sustainable process. You just need to meet the right people. You just need to have the right fitness mantra, and everything will work for you. Okay. And one more thing I'll again tell you is before I go, when you're taking your fitness trainer, when you're choosing your fitness trainer, don't look at the price tag that this person is so expensive, this person is so economical. Please choose a fitness trainer with their experience, with the results they've shown people in the past years. Choose your fitness experts like that.
That's really good.
That's
Dr. Dev, what do you have to say? How do you want to close this?
I so Pratik kept asking me for a punchline, and I'm like, my punchline is always going to be movement is medicine, guys. I cannot stress this enough. There are a lot of people that I meet on a regular basis who thinks that a back pain, a shoulder injury, like even their doctors tell, like, forget the clients or the patients that I meet, their doctors tell, like, don't walk, don't move, don't bend. I mean, what are like? like, what do you do then in life if you don't do all of these things? So, guys, live life. Get a doctor who knows what to do with your body, rather than somebody who tells
Right.
you, "Oh, don't walk, don't move, don't live." Like, because that's not an option. So go to a doctor who gives you the right advice, who understands your body, who does not give you a cookie cutter treatment, and understand that for all injuries, movement is medicine. If there is a physical injury that has happened to your body, movement is the only thing that can solve it. Stopping movement is not the treatment. So that is always going to be my punchline, I think, there, Gauri.
That's perfect. That's perfect. I think I'm gonna end on end this with you know
We
your
can't hear you,
end goal.
Gauri. Yeah,
Did
you
we?
need to
Sorry.
repeat it.
Can
Yeah, you need to repeat that.
sorry. Okay. Look at so my end line would be look at the bigger picture. Look at the end goal, and look beyond that. Whatever you're doing now, can you sustain it to that point beyond your goal? And that's what really matters. At the end of the day, whatever you achieve, you should be able to learn something from it and be able to apply it, at a different point in life. And you still gain the kind of results. Probably not the same exact results, but similar results to what you've already done. And this is applicable in just about everything you do, but fitness and nutrition, it is the simplest things to, that you can apply and get from this point to another and beyond. That's all you have to learn. So sustainability, that's what you got to look at. I think that's something we've been talking about since we started all of this is sustainability. I think,
Yeah.
that word keeps going on and on.
That is
So
that is truly important. Like, what is going to keep the weight off? If I really talk about it from the people's perspective, is sustainable. If what you're doing is sustainable, you're going to have weight loss. That's about
absolutely.
it.
So before
Absolutely.
I let you ladies go, I can see you both are very decked up, and it's very ungentlemanly of me for not complimenting how good you both are looking today. Okay, Gauri with a glow, Dr. Mukherjee with a smile. Okay, so
Thank you.
you both are looking very lovely, but not
Thank
yet.
you.
New Year's resolution. We start with Gauri.
Ah, I know what you'd like my New Year's resolution to be, to listen to you more. And you know what, Pratik? I think I'll go with that one. I will go with it. I'll listen to you a little bit more this year.
Point noted. I have a proof very much live with me.
No, it's all around the world now.
Oh yes. And Dr. Mukherjee, your New Year's resolution.
My New Year's resolution is going to be get back into running the way that, like, I have always envied people who can run really well. Trust me, I can exercise for 3 hours a day. I can dance for 8 hours a day. I cannot run for the love of God properly.
Oh, I know
So,
what you mean. Yeah.
so, so I
We shall
and
do this
and
together. Maybe I'll add that to my thing. We shall do this together.
So my New Year resolution is to be able to run a 10K and probably, like give competition to Pratik, because I think he's going to be like surpassing me in
Oh,
that
wow. That's
in
so
that
cool.
thing.
No, I think when the actual pros come in, I'll have to retire from running and go back to the cross training. Okay.
Oh,
Now, before I end it, I think I don't have a resolution as such, but rather just a small thing to share. Okay, guys, we always say this is going to be our year. This is going to be our year. My motto, my mantra, it is not going to be your year till you try making it your year. So put in all the efforts to make it your year. Okay, whatever your goal, whatever your thing is, don't wish it was your year, make it your year. So that's my motto to you guys, my thing to you guys for this. I hope everybody has a great time. I can see the noise already kicking in. Bangalore is happening. I can see that.
Bangalore is
Okay.
happening. Yeah. I'm off to
Yeah.
my, people are waiting for me as well.
Well, I'm happy for you both. I'm going to be sitting and watching the Creed sequel. So I'm going to be at home quietly. But yes, I will go for my evening run. Okay, I'll send you my updates. Okay, you guys can check it out from the party. All
Guys,
right.
if you
Perfect.
can be that consistent, if you can be
Oh,
as
I love that.
consistent
That
as
is amazing,
Pratik,
though. That is amazing. Yeah.
See,
it's
I'm not
truly the
allowed
art.
to. It's not
Because the
truly
artists
the.
are getting out and he's truly the art because he's going
Hey,
for the run, right?
I did my run this morning.
I went to the gym today, so
Yeah,
I
so
wanted to.
we're all there.
I wanted to finish the year at like a strong note. I went to the gym today. I
right.
did my part. So, guys, consistency. Have fun. Have a
I've
great
already
life, but
see.
be
I've already
consistent.
finished my run. I've already finished my gym. But evening cardio is a must for me.
Of course.
I have to enjoy my kebabs.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
All
So
right, guys,
anyway,
it's
this
been
has been a
great.
great session. A very happy
It's been a
new year
great
to both
session.
of you and everybody out there. I hope everybody has a very prosperous new year and you get all what your heart wants.
Perfect.
Happy New Year,
Happy New
Prateek. Happy
Year.
New Year,
Happy New
Gauri.
Year.
Take care.
Happy New
Both
Year,
of
And
you.
everybody who is listening
thank
to
you,
this.
fitness experts.
Bye.
Bye. Take
Bye.
care.